Gamer Feed Radio.
What's going on, everybody out there in podcast land? This is unbelievably Gamer Feed Radio.
Yeah!
With all the recordings and things working like they're kind of supposed to. We've been having some technical difficulties.
Yes, we have.
It's called recording episode, and then you find out the technology doesn't work, and then you test, and you still can't get it to work, and then finally, it works. And I'm like triple checking the screen now. I'm like, everything's unmuted. Things are flashing. We're in business. So we're happy to be back, everybody. Please forgive us for the technical difficulties. And of course, I would love to say that was the only excuse amid many others. But there's one even bigger. And we talked about it in the previous version of this. And so it's only fair to put part of the blame on Life and our good friend Brad Wallace getting the old ball and chain.
This is true.
You're engaged, buddy.
Oh gosh, I'm so excited. It's so funny that we talked about it on the Ghost episode.
Yes, the
and
Ghost
now
episode.
lives in podcast, purgatory, wherever it goes.
Yeah, it was actually really funny.
Special.
Yeah, right?
It's better than Case Special.
Yeah, so we're thrilled to be here. Please accept all the apologies. If I had money to throw at you, I would, but I don't.
Yeah, we don't.
And so my name's Nick Delacave. I'm your host, and I'm joined this evening by my two counterparts in crime, the aforementioned Brad Wallace.
Hey, what's up?
Walking the thin line between heaven and hell, and Kyle Pope. What's up, buddy?
And I'm just in hell. That's all.
Oh my
The Dark
God.
Lord himself.
Yes.
The Dark
Satan.
Lord. My God. So we're here, peeps, and this show. I mean, last time we tried to do the February Noobs feed. Well, that is the now Ghost episode in Purgatory.
Yeah.
And we could do a March Noobs feed, but technically it's not time. We're just going to talk about
like a welcome back.
This is the variety show.
Yeah.
So a little bit of news and a little bit about what we've been playing, and hopefully that comprises enough time with all of our silly, ridiculous antics to make it faux reals.
And invaluable life lessons, really. That's at the core of the podcast. We talk about video games, but we talk about our lives and how to be better people. That's really what the show is all about.
You are a lying sack, sir.
What?
What?
This is a self-help program. This is an empowerment, self-esteem boosting. You can do anything.
My God, no, it's not. Okay, so if you're ready to lose some brain cells, we can begin.
Yes.
Some interesting bits of news that I'm curious to pick y'all's brains about. We had an interesting leak earlier this week about the Nintendo
You go see
NX.
a doctor about that. What?
the Nintendo NX controller screen thing. Did everybody see this?
Yeah, I'm calling it baloney. I'm calling it fake. I saw a tweeted picture of it.
Yeah?
What the hell is this?
It's like an elliptical, like...
Somebody pointed it out. It looks like the rear view mirror of a car.
From 1942, yes. 1942. But it's weird because it's all screen with just little thumbsticks on the sides.
Yeah, I'm calling baloney. I think what they did was, if you look at, Nintendo has like a real patent for a controller that has like an LCD screen that is the entire controller. But like, it's just a patent. It's like somebody made a mock-up based on just patent pictures, and people know that that's not what the actual final product ever looks like. That's just patenting the technology or whatever. Like, if you look at the Wii patents, they don't look anything like the final Wii remote and nunchuck. They just look like these stupid blocky things that who cares?
Right.
But somebody like took that patent image and just made some crappy looking, I don't even know. It looks like a Samsung phone, sort of. but it's not. That was what some of the leaks earlier kind of said. It kind of looked like a Samsung phone, but this doesn't look like a real thing at all. So maybe it's like a dev unit, but I don't think so.
It looks kind of shady to me.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm not. I mean, I'm looking at this thing. I'm just like, well, what do you even do? Like, what? How?
Yeah,
how
it's two sticks. That's it.
Like, okay, I guess I see a B button now, and
oh, right.
Yeah.
What's in the screen?
I don't know. It's like a picture.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's emitting light. Is the big thing.
Right.
It looks like a picture. It looks like,
or a mirror.
Yeah. It's not. It doesn't look like a screen at all.
Yeah,
No.
that's interesting. I hadn't looked at it like that.
Oh, hacks. I call hacks.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is fine.
a nice effort. That's a good try. First time faker man, but
Yeah.
Wow.
got his time in the spotlight.
Stern words.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Man.
3.
right, we'll find out at E3. So
Nintendo's not going to let that kind of thing leak out. Like,
No. Not
yeah,
at all.
but well, see now. Okay, so that said, right? Let's keeping with some of the Nintendo news that has been famously leaking this week. There was a video from I think it was GDC, and there was a dude up there talking about and had like on the screen. It was
I saw that.
yeah, like a minute and 50 seconds or something of Pokemon Go. What allegedly is Pokemon Go. And, it's like it's kind of like a Google map interface at first without the satellite imagery. And you can see you as like where you are as like the trainer. And then out in the world, there's a Pokemon icon and you can go to that place and confront and try to capture that Pokemon. And so this demo was about showing how you can use a Pokeball to throw it and capture the people or whatever, the Pokemon or whatever. It's not a battle. It's not you already with a Pokemon fighting another Pokemon out in the wild, so that mechanic has not been seen, but it looks pretty legit to me.
Yeah. No, that's totally a real video, I would say. That you can't fake that level of, like, I don't know, it'd be such a stupid fake if somebody went out of their way to do something like that. That's the same reason why when Twilight Princess Picross leaked, it's like, who would even bother? Like, it's one thing to fake the NX controller. Like, you fake the NX controller, you get, like, a lot of buzz, and people start giving you attention. You fake, a Google map, like, I don't know. It's just too weird to be fake, in my opinion. Like, the weirder it is, usually, like, I don't know. I'm kind of just talking out my butt here,
No, that's all right. I mean,
when you look at it, it definitely looks like
right.
early beta alpha stuff. It's definitely not ready to be seen, which is why they haven't shown it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the concept is still kind of cool that, like, oh, I'm in this little grassy square in the middle of town, and, there's a Bulbasaur, an Ivysaur, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was Ivysaur.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean,
I like the promise, or the idea, the premise still.
Yeah, I do too. It's kind of like geotagging, but different.
Yeah. And in that way early reveal trailer, they even hinted at stuff like, Times Square, New York, Mewtwo would show up, like an area that tons of people go to. That's where, like, the ultra, sought after Pokemon would be. It's just a cool way to, like, interact with other people.
Yeah. It sucks if you live in Japan, though. You got to fly all the way over just to get them. Whoops.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like, 600 Pokemon?
Random instances across the globe.
Yeah. I thought it was
like
just the. I thought it was supposed to be just 150 for the first.
Oh my god! Is
Go.
it really? That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be just the original 150 for Pokemon Go.
That makes me a happy man.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this thing.
Damn purists.
Even if it's like, not totally. Gold's my favorite, but or silver, I should say. Second gen was definitely my favorite, but dude, I cannot. Every time I hear more and more about this thing, I just get more and more like giddy.
Yeah,
it's super. Like just the thought of like going around to different places and actually catching Pokemon on your phone. It's just like, I don't know. It seems kind of like a dream come true for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Be a real life Pokemaster. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean it looked cool. So that's good. Okay. In other breaking news, for those who paid attention, I want to say it was Wednesday or Thursday of this past week. The new PlayStation VR was announced, in all of its glory for the affordable price of $400.
You know, it's like, yeah, I don't know if you were saying that sarcastically. You might not have actually been.
It's
But like that's like really, really cheap compared to like
the
you know, for an
$600 Oculus or the
but not even
$800
that. So the funny thing
HTC
about the
whatever.
Oculus is that you're not just paying for the headset. You know, you're paying for a $1,500 PC that can use the headset.
Mhm.
So to use an Oculus out of the box, you're paying like at least $1,900, like at the
Right.
very minimum, like $1,900. And with PS4, you're paying like literally $750, $800. Like it's like half the price, which is it's cool. And that obviously you want it to be cheaper at some point. I'm sure maybe in a couple years, PSVR goes down to like 300 and whatever. But man, I'm so close. I'm waiting to see what Nintendo does with NX because I'm definitely buying one of those this
Right.
year.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
it's really, I'm telling you, so then I think it was the day after they announced the spec, right? They also then the next day announced a $500 bundle that comes with the headset, the little box that the VR headset needs to work, the Move controllers, and a game.
Yeah, that's a good bundle, if only because like the game alone is pretty cool. So the game that it comes with is like almost like the Wii Sports of VR.
Exactly.
It's just like 5 little smaller games, but it's
Mhm.
not like simple golf, tennis, whatever. It's like rob a bank, you know, go diving with sharks, like crazy stuff like that. Like, so I'm really excited about that. Still the only game I'm like insanely pumped for is Res VR, which like that is a dream come true because Res is second or third favorite game of all time, depending on when you ask me.
Well, they
Yeah.
have
See it
the
in VR is like literally something you dream of.
yeah, well, and they have the now the rumor of a Star Wars, kind of.
Yeah, they confirmed something with Battlefront, and I already
Yeah.
own Battlefront. So if it's
I
either
love-
free or even if it's a cheap, that's like one DLC I would pay for if it was like a VR,
Sinner,
mission set or something. I know, right? That's how they'll get me. Imagine like you're on Hoth and you've got a lightsaber and you're hacking open an AT-AT from underneath and stuff. Oh, come on, that's worth the price.
Who doesn't want that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's so. Does anybody do you get what the box is about? I mean, it's just an interface to make it work, right? Or is it an extra processor? I didn't actually read the details.
For $400, the main thing that little add-on box does is that's sending stuff to the TV. So the way VR works is obviously you're in your headset and you're the main one playing, but on the TV, if you have like a group of people over, they'll still be able to see what you're seeing, but in like TV mode. So like a cropped version of it. So that they can all still chime in. In fact, some developers are toying with like Nintendo Land style ideas of like hide and seek, where the person in the headset is, doing something, and then there could be like 4 people around a couch playing on the TV doing something else. Imagine like the Mario hide and seek game, where the one person in the headset is Mario, and no one sees where Mario is, but he's like hunting people down. I could see that being really cool. But that's the main thing that little box comes with.
Yeah.
And I think it does the audio processing.
Okay.
So like it sends 3D audio to your headset. And it comes with a headset when you buy it for $400.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that the bundle, if you do the $500 bundle, also comes with the camera, the PlayStation Eye camera. So
yeah, so it does require the $60 camera, but they have a decent reason for not including it. And that's because they have sold like a ton of them already.
exactly.
So otherwise people would be doubling up, and that makes literally no sense for them.
Yeah, unless you want to sell it on eBay for double the price. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well,
And then,
GameStop's already raising the price on Move controllers and stuff like that.
of course, we gotta
They've
get
hyped it
our
up.
bank.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I'm probably going to pull the trigger on the PlayStation camera at some point. I know Best Buy has it this week for like $40, and I might just go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
Just get ready for VR. Even if not, I mean, it's just,
So
for
you're not going to
streaming
try
and
it before you buy it. You're not going to like go do a demo someplace if they do that. Like you're just going to buy it.
Yeah.
I can't justify $400 for that. Like, I mean, it
Well, I mean,
sounds cool,
obviously, what they're going to do is, like any console, like they're going to have some kind of press review thing.
but
And all the preview stuff says PlayStation VR is, like, by far the best for its price, even though there's only a couple main competitors. They're saying that, like, for $400, like, if you're going to get a VR headset, you have to get this one. Like, even though the Vive might do more technical stuff, it's, like, literally double the price of the PlayStation VR.
and I heard that the visual, like within the headset itself, the field of view is the equivalent of a 225-inch screen.
Yeah, which actually, that reminds me, one of the main things that sold me on it was the fact that you could play every single game in VR on what's called cinematic mode. So the way VR works is, I've never tried it myself, but based on all accounts, it's not necessarily even like looking at a giant screen. It's like you're just looking, like we're all sitting in a room of some sort right now. Like, imagine your field of view right now as you sit in your room. Like, that's what VR looks like. But imagine sitting in a movie theater and looking at that giant screen in the movie theater. Every single PlayStation 4 game will be able to be played on a movie theater-sized screen in VR. So you can play, Fallout, Bloodborne, Rocket League, all these games in VR. PT, I still have mine downloaded. I can play it in VR.
Well, and that's actually funny because there was a group from IGN that actually did a demo of a horror game, and the two guys that were talking, there was a girl in front of them who was doing the demo, and she was screaming in the middle of this convention center or whatever. And so he's like, "Oh, come on, it can't be that bad." And then he gets in there and he's like, "Dude, I almost crapped my pants."
Well, oh my god, the horror in VR is actually the biggest thing for me. Like, I'm such a horror fan. Like, I love, horror books, movies, games, everything. That
You
VR
like?
just
Wait. Can you please clarify your audio? You like horror, right?
horror. Yes, HORROR.
Okay, I'm just making sure because the way you keep saying it, it sounds like
I love
scandalous
horror
material.
Games, horror movies. Yeah. What?
What's up, Ho?
Okay.
Ho, what's up?
But anyways, that's like my main thing. Res alone is gonna get me, but I might wait until Res comes out because they said Res isn't gonna be a launch game. It's just gonna come out in the launch window like they always do.
Right.
But that's gonna make me get it, I'm sure.
So the last thing I want to talk about here is there was also a rumor. I don't know what it is with this week. Maybe it's like the Ides of March or something, and all the weirdos come out. But the next rumor is that Sony is allegedly working on a PlayStation 4.5, basically, where they're beefing up the processor and the specs so it can support 4K video natively out of the box. And my question to y'all is, so does that mean that if you think about PlayStation VR and a new actual console, wouldn't it make sense to put the VR processor piece in a new console and then just bundle it and you just get all for one for $650 or whatever?
If you're interested in that, I mean...
Well, I mean, if you already have a system, it's like, why? But then again, if you think about it,
Yeah, I think it's just going to be for people, obviously
who want
just
4K.
for people that... Yeah, but not even that. It's going to be just for the VR, I would think.
Yeah.
If they do end up doing like a PlayStation 4.5, I think that's the only way they could justify it.
Yeah, agreed.
It's like the new Nintendo 3DS versus the Nintendo 3DS. They play the same games. Like,
right.
Even if the new one gets like a couple exclusives. But the main thing with the new 3DS is that games that already exist on it run better. So like Smash Bros on 3DS is like faster on the new 3DS. And that's what like VR would be, I would imagine, on the PlayStation 4.5.
Right.
I think I came out and said on this show many times, I just don't really get the VR craze. And I think it's, I mean, the price is right, sure. But, people will buy it because people are like, VR is the next best thing. And I don't agree, but that's just my 2 cents. I know people are excited about it. People are going to buy it no matter what you bundle with it. It's just
Yeah.
And if it's affordable, then then go for it. I mean, $400 is, like you said, it's much better than
800.
$2,000. Whatever, you know, like,
Yeah, well, I mean, that's really interesting that you say it that way because it made me think. Nope, it didn't. Whatever I was thinking, it's gone.
We watched that thought die.
Yeah, it died live. Well,
Oh,
near real
that's
time.
awesome.
Near real time. Yeah, no, I mean, it'll be real interesting to see. I mean, I remember. I was going to liken it to 3D, right? Because everybody's like, oh my God, you
Yeah.
got to get a 3D TV. It's amazing. And nobody uses it now. But the 3D did work on 3DS, a form of 3D. So in a gaming way, it worked, but in an entertainment way, it didn't work. You know what I mean?
that stuff made me sick. But
Oh, I
whatever.
love it. It's my favorite. Why play a game
I
without
don't
it?
know. I think it's bigger than 3D. I think it's a lot bigger than 3D.
Well,
Well,
you know,
I think it will be, but it's just I don't think it's going to be the phenomenon. It's going to be the game-changing thing we're all waiting for.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like with 3D TVs in particular, like no one was ever crazy about them.
Yeah,
But with VR, like there's these enthusiasts that talk about it like it's, in like
right.
the greatest thing ever. And it's based on their accounts. And these are like otherwise, skeptical or cynical. Like there's a couple people from like, Polygon that I follow on Twitter or whatever. I couldn't tell you their exact names. But like they've like dedicated their whole, gaming focus to VR. They're like, this is it. This is like
Sure.
the greatest thing. Like I'm never gonna play a non-VR game again almost.
It will be interesting to see. It will be interesting.
Yeah.
to- All right, and now we're going to transition into a little roundtable discussion on the games that we've been playing recently. And guess what? I've got music for that.
Ooh.
You can't hear it, but I can.
Oh,
So while
aren't you
this,
special?
I know, right? So while it slowly fades away in the background, let's go ahead and start with you, Kyle. What
Okay.
have you been playing recently? Tell us all about it.
I've been playing Fire Emblem Fates,
Yeah.
and you know what? I am addicted. I am completely 100% addicted. It's an amazing game, and it definitely plays into my love. I mean, this is for people who don't know. This is the first time I've ever played a Fire Emblem game.
Ah.
Seems weird for me because I'm a fan of intelligent systems, and there are other
Advanced
very
Wars.
well put together franchise that needs to make a comeback ASAP. Advanced Wars.
Yes.
And I mean, it plays a lot like an advanced war game, so it's pretty easy for me to pick up and understand it. Obviously, there's RPG elements in there. You leveling up your characters. The characters are cool and lovable and relatable and all that stuff. I'm playing through Birthright right now. I got both Birthright and Conquest for like $50 on the eShop, which was really like I was like, okay, sure, why not?
Yeah, that's a good deal.
And yeah, I just like it's fun. It's a fun turn-based strategy kind of RPG, kind of super Japanese, which is right up my alley. Almost even a little too Japanese. I mean, the whole fact that you can like marry one of your comrades and stuff, and apparently we got a censored version, which I am glad we did.
You, sir, are a liar.
No, I mean seriously, it's so Japanese and so like anime thing, and it has Rule 34 written all over it. If you guys know what that means?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry to all of our young viewers. That kind of shit wears me out. It really does.
Yeah.
And I'm actually a little disappointed in the voice acting because I feel like this is a game that easily could have a full voiced dialogue, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, but it does. But it does follow the latest few games in the series, like Awakening, for example, where they just brought forth the snippets. And again, I think that specifically plays into the Nintendo narrative, right? That not every character needs to talk, and you need to use your imagination, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, but then just hearing the characters make a grunting noise every time they speak is pretty annoying.
Ugh.
Yeah.
here I am. I'm like, what? Okay, shut up, dude. So, and then they do cutscenes occasionally with voice.
It's a beautiful
I think
game.
it is a beautiful game. The art style is amazing. I mean, I'm an anime fan. Of course, I love the art style.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a great game. I'm actually like super weirded out right now that I'm actually talking about a new game.
Whoa.
What?
I never get to do that. And now that I have a 2DS, I actually can. Like, this was the first game I was like, I'm actually excited to play this, and I was met. It's good. I like it. I'd give it like a B plus.
Yeah.
If I had to rate it.
I mean, I have Birthright 2 on my 3DS, and that is my traveling companion game. So
Yeah.
next week,
Sure.
for example, when I'm taking the long flight to California for work, I can sit 6 hours in the plane and enjoy,
There you go.
a long night, along with sleeping, of course, because you have to sleep on planes. And maybe a drink or two, and just chill. It's going to be a great time.
Ever drunk on an airplane? I have. It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
awesome.
I've never been drunk on an airplane.
It's super fun.
It's-
Brad, what's wrong with you? Get on it.
That's my next step.
It's on my bucket list, man. It's on it. It's good. And so, Kyle, are you going to get the third one, Revelations or whatever that just came out?
That's just a DLC chapter, right?
Yeah, but it's actually like the third game. So it's what happens if you don't choose either side.
Oh.
Like it's a whole
Oh.
third game.
Well, yeah, as soon as I get through the Birthright and then Conquest, sure.
Nice.
Never.
You know what? Maybe I'll do that second because I just do not like the Norians. I don't like them.
They are
I don't
all skadooshas.
Yeah, they're terrible. I just think they're all assholes. So I'm just like, even the ones that like you, I think they're all just douches.
Yeah,
Like,
they're blinded by family pride.
right. Yeah, exactly. Of course, then again, what do I know? I'm only 26 chapters in. I'm like, what? This game is still going.
Well, Awakening was really long too, and
Yeah.
you get your money's worth with these games on a 3DS. So if you look at the ratings, the critics, they're just like 8s and 9s all over the place. So go get the game if you haven't gotten it yet.
It's deserving of the praise, and it's definitely worth the money. I mean, that's why I play RPGs anyways, because I know I'm getting my money's worth because they're long games.
True.
That's why I'll never play like an action game ever again. Is because I usually could buy one. It's 6 hours of content. I'm like, I get done in a night.
Yeah.
I'm working on it for several nights, and I don't even think I'm anywhere near close to the finish. But yeah, maybe I'll do Revelations third and then do Conquest. Plus, I heard Conquest is like the hardest, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's correct.
Yeah, I'd read that.
Okay, yeah, we'll give Conquest a try when I'm really ready to do it. Because
Well, you picked a good time to get into the series, right? Because back in the day, there was no choice to turn off permadeath. Your character died, that was it. You had to restart the battle.
yeah.
So
I played through classic mode. By chapter 12, I was like, yeah, no, we're going back.
yeah.
Everyone is dying.
Yeah, and then there's those big battles where you have a boss that you either were or were not expecting, and they just wreck your best guys, and you're like, no, this ain't happening.
I couldn't do it, so I was just like, all right, that's cool. You are. And I didn't realize if I turned off classic mode that all my people would come back to life.
Yep.
So my army went from like 10 people to like 30. I was like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah, nice.
I was actually kind of disappointed because I kind of wanted, when I turned off classic mode, I kind of wanted to
some
see
of them to die.
Well, I didn't want actually the one I was trying to marry died, and I was like super sad and married somebody else. So I was like, oh, and then I realized I could bring her back to life. I was like, oh well, damn, that's dumb.
Only real life works that way. Oh wait. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, no, great game. Like I said, B plus, maybe even A. Like, just it's a good game. It's fun. Love it.
Excellent. Bradley,
Nice.
what fun things and things are you playing today?
So literally last night, I just finished Twilight Princess HD.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
God. How was it for you, Brad?
It's really good. I actually like it a lot better on Wii U than I ever liked it on GameCube or Wii. So my story with Twilight Princess is kind of a really weird one. Like,
Oh, do
with
tell.
just the game.
Give us our
Oh,
Brad's
like,
tidbits.
It's time for Brad's tidbit story time. Buckle up.
Oh my god.
No. So I'm gonna take you way back.
man.
To, this is elementary school Brad to make myself look really young or old or however you want to, whoever
You'll
what
always
age you
be
are
young to
listening
me.
this. Yeah.
Always.
I was in 5th grade when the GameCube came out, and this was like, so in my childhood we had a Super Nintendo, we had the N64, and then at the end of the N64 was when I started to getting into like video game magazines and reading them and stuff. And I was reading about their new console, the GameCube, and all this stuff. And I remember seeing the Space World demo, like little snippet screenshots of it in magazines of like a realistic looking Zelda.
Yep.
And I was like, oh god, this looks like the greatest thing ever. And then they showed Zelda, as they called it, the cell shaded Zelda. It was like a year later, and everybody was so furious, and on the playground everybody was making fun of me, and I'm like, shut up, Zelda's awesome, it's cool, I promise. This is in 5th grade. I don't think it really
So
was
you're talking about Wind
playground. So anyways, yeah, Wind Waker came out, and now it's regarded as like, the greatest game ever, and everybody loves it, blah blah blah. Well,
So I think people still are blindly in love with Ocarina, but whatever.
But anyway, so then we all know now famously at E3 2004, Nintendo shows this trailer for another darker, realistic looking Zelda on the GameCube, and like everybody loses their shit, and the crowd is like howling, and they're whoa! People are like crying and screaming, and you could like look up videos. It's like the most awesome video ever. I mean, it's kind of pathetic in a way, but it's awesome.
Right.
But then that came out, and I'm like, okay, so this is going to be the greatest game of all time. Like, no doubt. But then it kept getting delayed over and over and over and over. Like, I remember following it in, like, EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and, like, every couple months it'd be like, yep, push back again, push back again, push back again.
Gee, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, oh, it's so sad. And it'd be, like, 6 months would go by, and they're like, oh, here's a screenshot of Link holding a cat. I was like, all right, cool. This will tide us over for another 6 months. And then they finally did like a re-reveal of it, and it was like for Wii, and like it just didn't jive with me. I thought it was so far from like that first trailer that it looked so weird, and like I just wasn't into it anymore. So that year I was going into high school when it finally was like re-revealed, and I was never like super duper rich parent kid. Like we got our game consoles, but it was always like pretty much a one per generation sort of thing. And then later when I got my own job when I was old enough to work and buy my own random nerdy crap.
You have money.
But like, yeah, but I remember specifically I was like, all right, I'm going to skip out on the Nintendo Wii. I'm going to get the Xbox 360 and that'll be like my system, like me and my brother. We kind of decided like, the Wii, not for us. But they still had the GameCube version of that game. So I remember asking this like really, I won't name his name, this really, eccentric, bizarre individual in my class in high school, because I know he got the GameCube version. And I, for whatever reason, like, I had like wanted to buy it, but they didn't have it anywhere. And I asked my parents to look for it for Christmas, and it was like sold out because it was so rare. So like we didn't end up getting the GameCube version ourselves. But like this kid I knew in school had it. So I asked him if I could borrow it. And I remember it was like winter break in high school, like in January, the year after it came out. And like I just played through Twilight Princess in like a week. And that game is like so dense and huge, and it's like a massive game. And like I just like shotgun through it, and it like killed me. I was like, this game sucks. Like I do not like it. And I didn't have a Wii again. Like not again. I got a Wii for the first time like 5 years later. This is after I'd been working real people jobs for a couple years, and I bought one used from my friend for like $100, and he had his Twilight Princess copy. So I played Twilight Princess really kind of for the first time where I had a real amount of time to like play it for myself. then, and that was like 2010. That was like 5 or 6 years ago or whatever. That's weird that was that long ago. No, but this is getting really long for literally no reason. But I'm gonna keep going. Anyways, I played it again on the Wii. And I actually like really, really liked it on the Wii. I thought it was like a lot better. I liked that one, it was in widescreen. At that point, I had a bigger TV, so like it felt like a cooler experience, like screen wise. But I actually really like the motion controls.
I was
know
totally
that's
gonna say you like to waggle your Wiimote. Come
I
on.
did. I like to waggle it. I thought it worked pretty well. But
God,
still,
you just walk right into every possible trap, man.
whatever, man.
Whatever.
But anyways, I really liked the 10, but still, I'd rank it as like probably second worst Zelda game if I had to rank them. Like Zelda 2 is by far the worst. That game is like an abomination. Does not deserve to be spoken of. But Twilight Princess is like barely a notch above it. Like, I just wasn't never crazy about it. But now I finally got the HD version.
Oh my God! Today.
Yeah, now we're back to today. And, I really came to peace with the game, and I had a lot of problems with it. The first experience wasn't good. The second experience was better. And this time I'm like, wow, I really appreciate this game now. Like, there's still a bunch of really weird things. Like, all the characters, somebody described it as they look like, they were cut out of wood with a chainsaw. Like, they just have these ugly, stupid, choppy-looking faces and weird angles and all this stuff. Like, everybody but Link looks like so horribly ugly. It's very weird. And then the HD version, they don't like fix any of that because the game's just kind of ugly underneath. But the stuff that is good is like amazing. Like that game has some of the best dungeons, some of the best like everything. Like I love the last half of that game.
Mm-hmm.
The first half is like such a drag that it's almost impossible to recommend. But for the hardcore players, the last half of that game is like pure gold, like as good as Zelda kind of gets. Like, but anyways. HD version, I loved it. I love that the gamepad, you can do your swap-a-roo on your items. Like, that was my favorite part of Wind Waker also.
Yep.
When you go back and play an old Zelda game after playing one this way, it feels so weird to have to pause the game to, like, switch your items. It feels so slow. It, like, kills the pace completely. But I really liked this one. This one had a feature that the Wind Waker HD didn't have, which is you could have a mini map on your gamepad, which you can zoom in and scroll around using the touchscreen. Which, for whatever reason, Wind Waker HD never had that. They had a map, but it was always like a world map that was giant.
Like fixed.
They never had the mini map. But the mini map alone, I was like, man, this is like the real deal. I could get used to this, and I'm hoping that's what the Zelda Wii U NX kind of does, which I'm sure it will. But yeah, anyways, really positive. Even if you weren't crazy about Twilight Princess, I'd probably recommend it. If not at full price, then it's.
I also can't tell if you like it or not, Brad.
It's weird. I don't know. Gun to my head, I'd probably have to give it like a B plus or a B. Like, it has like the highest highs, but it also has like the lowest lows. Like the parts where you're the wolf and you have to collect the stupid bugs, like those are still annoying, and the story still just isn't very good. Like, everything's. Art-wise, pretty ugly still. But there are moments where you're just standing there and it's all HD and beautiful and you're like, okay, I get it now.
Well, I'm glad that you finally got it now.
That was a very ridiculously long rant for absolutely no reason.
It was classic Brad. But what I like about what you said is that, it's decent. I did not pre-order the game. The only thing about the original Twilight Princess that I cannot stand is the beginning, like 2 hours where you have to run around the town and find the cat and make the cat follow you and jump in and dodge the flaming, hide from the bees, get the whatever. Just that stupid pre-game crap that I get why they do it, but I wish they'd skip it. And I hate the part where you're in the wagon and you got to shoot the birds before they drop bombs on you and your wagon blows up.
Yes,
oh my God, I hate that.
Well, that was one of the things they talked about with Zelda at Wii U, is that they're fixing the horse controls. Because Zelda, you always ride a horse in the 3D games.
Right.
But like the horse controls are always like so bad. But finally, they're making like, I remember they showed off it like knows if you're getting near a wall, it's not going to run into the freaking wall. It's gonna like move like a smart horse would. Like you don't just ram its face into a brick wall. But yeah, they did actually. The coolest little thing is it's like minor improvements. So like different things will just take so much less time. Like they sped up. They sped up all the text, which is really nice because as fun as it is to read, because like you were saying, Kyle, Nintendo doesn't like to do voice acting, which whatever, it doesn't bother me. But as long as I can speed through the text if I don't want to read it all, then I'm good. But like some of those old Zelda games just have like these slow whisk crawling text as you have to read them talk one word at a time. And
Kind of like this review, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just hold the plus button to skip me if you want. But they made everything faster. It feels like a faster, smoother game overall, which I like.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Excellent.
Those are my random thoughts. I kind of a hodgepodge there, but
It was good. It was good.
glad I got it. I'll say that much. I don't regret the purchase one bit.
Good.
That was the last real game I bought since what's it called? Star Wars Battlefront. It's like the first game I really sat down and like played. It felt good. It's a 10-year-old game now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What about you, Nick?
So obviously, it is a well-known documented fact for those that know me that I am currently playing The Division. However, I am not here to talk about The Division today. I'm going to save that for next time because there's so much. I could probably talk about it for days. But for now, I want to talk about Firewatch. Anybody play it?
No.
Holy goodness mother. Okay, so let's talk. So Firewatch was the long and anticipated indie title that I believe was announced, I want to say it was at E3 last year. And it was real kind of...
This game.
Uh-huh.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So it was really kind of vague as to what it was all about and everything. So, the game came out. I did not buy it right away. I kind of, forgot about it, to be honest. Because the last time I saw anything about it, it looked ignorant. And I was like, you're going to walk around a park? I mean, come on. Really? People pay for this? So game's $20 on the PlayStation Store. You could pay like $21.50 and get a theme included, which of course I bought. And so I got the little deluxe bundle, and the game is phenomenal. It's gorgeous. The art style is impeccable. The story writing, the relationship of you to the characters in the game. It's brilliant story writing, absolutely brilliant. In fact, the game doesn't take very long to beat. Honestly, maybe a couple hours, 4 hours at the most, maybe 5 or 6 if you do a lot of exploring in this extremely gorgeous world. But the story is phenomenal. It's gripping. It's terrifyingly scary at certain points. It's a mystery. It's maybe there's a love thing. It all depends. And what's really cool about it is there is a little bit of a choose your own adventure element in it. So the premise of the story is you're this guy who, I'm not going to tell you how things happen in his life, but he ends up deciding at one point in his life that he is going to go to Wyoming, I think it's Wyoming, and be a park ranger in one of the parks there, the national parks, national forests there. And so he's up in this, watchtower or whatever. And there's another watchtower on in the distance that you can see from yours, where there is another ranger, and you speak with her. And so there's a lot of back and forth, and you go and you do some tasks. There's super scary stuff. It's so good. And like I said, the writing, the story, it's for a mature audience. I mean, there's definitely cussing and F-bombs and things like that. But really just a terrific... It's got a weird kind of like isolation feel to it because you are really by yourself out in the middle of this world and you're exploring. But your only anchor to reality is, your walkie-talkie as you talk to this other ranger in this other tower. And it ultimately becomes a story, about your life and not dying. And I mean, it's a bit. It has all kinds of twists and turns and things you couldn't possibly imagine. But the choose your own adventure piece lets you dictate how big of a relationship you want to be in, how conspiracy you want to be, how mystery you want it to be. It's so clever how they've done it and how it works. I can't recommend it enough. Everybody that I've talked to, I'm like, you have got to buy this game. Everyone has bought the game, and everyone has told me, dude, the game is amazing. So if for no other reason than to get the super cool dynamic theme on your PlayStation 4, you should buy the deluxe edition. It's only like $1.50 more than the regular version. And just play it again and again and again. It is terrific. Terrific. Questions? I don't typically overgush like that often, but it's good.
Yeah, no, that game's a giant pile of crap, Nick.
Whatever. Get off my podcast.
Early onset, you know.
Oh man,
Rotten.
No, it does. No, I really wanted to check it out. I wanted to play that, and I wanted to play The Witness as like chill, kind of serene looking games where you're not hacking people open or shooting people. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's just a good little adventure, and it's clean and pretty and colorful and blah blah blah.
It really is.
You can find that outside of indie games, Brad.
Yeah, well,
I mean, look, for $20, you almost can't go wrong. It really is good. Really.
I'd probably wait. I'm thinking it'll be like free on Plus by this summer or something. If I have
probably.
Yeah, after how well it's done, that would not surprise me.
Yeah, they would do something dumb like that, but
you guys are not right.
I don't know. Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. And your praise definitely makes me more inclined to do so.
Yeah, check out the reviews.
Mac,
really good.
Yeah.
If I ever get a PS4 again.
Highly recommended.
I'm running out of time because I know for a fact that Persona 5 and Final Fantasy 15 are right around the corner. So
yeah,
apparently rumors to be coming out on my birthday. Holy crap!
Oh, I saw that like September. That's
save those pennies.
Oh my god, that'd be the best birthday ever, or possibly the worst, depending on how Square Enix does it. It could be a big giant pile of crap like the last one.
Oh my god! True. This is true. So, anybody have any other games, tidbits, or news that they would like to offer to the listening audience?
Well, I would like to invite the Gamer Feed community and you guys to go on a little journey with me.
Right now?
Not right now.
Okay.
It's something I'm starting tonight. I bought Pokemon Blue on the 3DS.
Oh.
And I'm going to do what is called, I forget what this thing is called.
Type, click.
I'm going to do sorry. I'm going to do a Nuzlocke challenge for Pokemon Blue. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
It's where it's basically your Pokemon faint, they're dead.
Oh.
Wild, and you can only capture one Pokemon per new area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in Pokemon Blue, and I'm going to blog post about it every week. I'm going to play it for hours, and I'm going to blog post it on GamerFeedRadio.com. Because I figure we need new content, and this could be really hilarious or just awful for me.
That sounds awesome. I love it.
I'm okay with that.
To make things harder on myself, I'm picking Charmander because the first two,
it's a harder
Rock and Misty, and yeah, I think I'm gonna crash real hard, and I think it'd be entertaining to get the Gamer Feed Nation on board with this.
Very good, and challenge accepted.
I want to do a Let's Play, but I don't have the equipment. I looked into it. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
But, I thought because it's 25th anniversary of Pokemon also, or 20th, right?
20th? Yep, 20th, yep.
Yeah, I figured I'd do something cool for that, and that doesn't involve a crappy Pikachu detective game. So yeah, that's just something I'm going to do, and I'm going to have the first documentation of my results tomorrow morning.
Can't
Nice.
wait to see it. Anybody have
Yes,
anything
it's-
else? Anything else?
No.
I mean, that's cool with you guys.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
I love it.
I'm cool with whatever.
I'll read it. I'll
Yeah,
check
you're
it
not
out.
gonna hurt my feelings.
All right.
Giddy
Yeah.
up, son. And on that
Yeah.
note, everybody, thanks for joining us today. And
Yeah.
we're glad that the technology's kind of worked. Emphasis on kind of.
Mostly.
And we're out there. So we're on iTunes, iHeartRadio, which is pretty much where everybody checks us out. Various podcast apps out there, on Twitter at GamerFeedRadio. Kyle mentioned GamerFeedRadio.com and all the places. So please check us out. And until next time, gamers, peace out.
Peace.
Yo.